Hello students, after covering all the topics, now we are left with two more topics, that is census and sampling method of collection of data. So one by one we will see that what is it. Okay. Before that, there is a term which you should know. It is universe or population. That what does universe or population means in statistics. So in statistics, it refers to the aggregate of items to be studied, which means that we refer to all those items on which we have to study or from whom we have to collect the data. Okay, we refer to them as universe. Suppose if we have to collect the data from 100 students, okay, so that 100 students will be referred to as universe or population. Okay, now we come to our methods. So the first one is census method. In this, data are collected covering every item of the universe. Universe we have already seen. So in census method, what is done that all the items are covered. Okay, if we have to collect the data from 1000 people, so we will go to each person. We will collect each data from each person. Okay, we will cover all 1000 person there. So when we cover all the person, we personally go to them and collect the data. Then this type of method is known as census method. Example is census of population. In every 10 years, Government of India conducts census of population. Okay, in which all the representatives are appointed by the government, and they go to each and every house and they collect the information, by which we come to know about the different aspects, that how much population is there of our country, how many males are there, how many females are there, what is the literacy rate, and so on. Okay, so in this census method is followed. Now we will see what is sampling method. The second one is sampling. In this, data is collected on the basis of sample or a small group which represents whole universe. So unlike census method, here we will not go to each and every person, or we will not cover all the items of the universe. Instead, we will only select a small group. Okay, we will take out a sample and we will conduct our study on them. We will collect the data, and this small group or the sample will represent the whole universe. Okay, whatever data we will prepare from the sample, we will prepare the data for the whole group or the whole universe. So in sampling method, there are different methods followed. One by one we will see. The first one is random sampling. It means that if there are, let's say, 2000 people, and we want to conduct our study on them, we want to collect data from those 2000 people, but we are following a sampling method. So we will take out the sample of, let's say, 200 people from them. From 2000 people, we will take out a sample of 200 people and we will collect information from them, and then we will prepare the data, prepare the report for whole 2000 people. So to take out those 200 people or to take our sample, we follow different methods. The first one is random sampling. Random sampling, with the name only, it is clear that the sample here is taken randomly. Okay, there is no systematic manner or any pre-planned manner. The sampling is done randomly. In this, lottery system is mainly followed, in which all the names of the people on which our study is to be conducted, their names are written and a chit is made, and that is kept in a box. Then randomly chits are picked up, and whose name comes, they become the part of our sample. Okay, so this is random sampling. Second one is purposive or deliberate sampling. In purposive or deliberate sampling, we see that the investigator purposely, okay, or deliberately forms the sample. It means that here the sampling is done on his choice. Okay, whoever he feels, he picks that person for the sample. So in this, the choice of the investigator matters while preparing the sample. Third one is stratified or mixed sampling. So in stratified or mixed sampling, we see the mixture of these two, random also and purposive also. So in this, both the methods are followed. First, the sample or the universe is classified into different groups or strata, okay, and we select the person with our choice, we can say. Suppose we have selected 5 person, and so that is purposive, and from those 5% now we are picking up one name, so that will be random. So it is a mixture of both. Then next one is systematic sampling. In systematic sampling, the investigator follows any of the systematic manner. He arranges all the universe in a proper manner. Suppose if we are talking about 100 students, then their names could be arranged roll number wise, and then their sample could be prepared. Suppose if we have arranged them roll number wise, and now we have selected from roll number 1 to 10, we have selected the 5th roll number. So a system will be followed. From 1 to 10, 5th roll number, from 11 to 20, 15th roll number, from 21 to 30, 25th roll number. So this system will go on. Okay, so this is systematic sampling. Then the next one is quota sampling. In quota sampling, what we do is that we classify the universe into different types of groups or quota. Okay, the classification is done on the basis of different characteristics. Suppose if we are talking about students only, then we can classify them on the basis of their marks. That's those who have got more marks above 80%, they will be in one group. Then below 80, from 60 to 80 in another group, from 40 to 60 in another group. So we are classifying them in different groups. So this, and from there we are taking out the sample. So this is known as quota sampling. And the last one is convenience sampling. In convenience sampling, it just depends upon the investigator that which method he follows. It is up to his convenience. Whichever way he feels convenient or easy, he may follow that method to collect the sample. So in this, it is known as convenience sampling. So students, this was all about your census method, sampling method, and methods of sampling, different types of sampling. So we have covered all the topics of chapter 2, and with this we have completed the chapter. Thank you students.